Got to get it, Papa. Well, here's a little history about Natchitoches and where I am and why they have a fort from the 1700s here. And you can freeze that and read that if you know how to do that. But that's kind of what's going on, what started all this. But let's look around the area here. Well, back there behind that tree and all that, there's a river, Cane River, and under the boughs of the magnolia tree, boughs, not bowels, boughs, boughs, branches of the magnolia tree, you see kind of downtown Natchitoches, and very picturesque. There's all kinds of little shops and things along there and stuff like that. But look, that. What died? What died? Where did that come from? Look, you got all the old buildings and stuff, and you got that. Look, that. Let's look at that from the side a little bit so you can see that U. But yeah, that's the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. Plus there's a local history museum in there too. But I'm gonna try to run across the street before I get hit. But now here comes some more cars. Look out, watch. Here they come. Oh man, they're making peel out noises. Okay. But yeah, we're gonna go check out the Sports Hall of Fame and see what's in that. Because the building is weird, but it's kind of cool, but it's kind of weird too. So yeah, I'm gonna just go right up to the front door and see if it's open. I think it is. I see lights on inside. Yeah, let's see. When you walk in, you can see it's a very organic building, and I think there's even yeah, there's a hole up here, hole in it. Here it goes through. But we're not gonna go up there yet, or back there. Let's go in here, because all this stuff is brand new, brand spanking new, as they say. Class of 2022 Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame inductees. And there's from all different kinds of areas of sports, from rodeo to football to boxing to gymnastics. It's all covered. And they have like a searchable database and everything. It's pretty cool. And a lot of memorabilia, a lot of actual items from people. Look, there's a LSU helmet, McNeese jacket from Tony Robichaux. They have a lot of jerseys and stuff like that. People donate things. It's really cool collection of stuff. If you're ever able to come up to Natchitoches, you can check that out. And look, steel wrestling belt. I don't have one of those yet, but one day it'll all be mine. And look, that's a helmet from Billy Cannon. If you know LSU history and all that kind of good stuff, you know who that was. And look at that, it's an old style helmet. It's only got one little bar around it to guard your face. Now it's like a big cage. It looks kind of like that. When you're wearing one, this is kind of what it looks like when you're like, hop, 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 hop. Eddie Robinson's football. all kind of stuff. Good vintage stuff. That there is a Saints cheerleading uniform and pom-poms. Got to have the pom-poms, the shaky pom-poms. And look that. So Louisiana in the Olympics. The Louisiana Olympians. There's some old stuff in here. Look, them big weights there, you. Look at that. The all Olympic colors. And this is you ever watch the relay races? Well, I'll let you look at that. And then that's a relay race baton. I always thought it was just like a wooden stick, but it's actually hollow. That's weird. I thought they were just a solid stick. But so that's kind of different. Didn't know about that. Me. And there we go. That's where we first came in, the Hall of Fame. And a lot of that stuff was put in here about a week ago, not quite a week ago. So it's brand new. If you've been here for recently, you probably didn't get to see that stuff. So there, take that. It's another Look Dat exclusive. First on the job, first mispronouncing things, and second mutilating history. Look that. But look that. Look that. Got a whole car in here, but look that. That's a car. Nobody knows that. That's a modified 1956 Ford Thunderbird. And if you can freeze that, you can read that. But yeah, that's what you do. You get your hands on a Thunderbird and you turn it into something like this. God dog, look at that. Look at that. I mean, the Thunderbird was cool already, but when you do this to it, there's some chants and stuff. I might have to go see what's going on. But look at that. Okay, you can see the fancy Thunderbird car, racing car over there. And there's the stairs. And I didn't see that hole right there in that wall. And then the hole up in the ceiling up there. But we got to go upstairs for the next part. So let's go in. Let's take a look through here, see what we can see. Oh, we already saw all that. See that? Look at that. That's that hole in the ceiling. But let's see what's going on up here. And you got a hole in the roof. But they put some glass in that so the rain don't come in. So that's a good thing. This is the Saints. All about the Saints. And the Superdome, the greatest indoor arena ever invented in the name of humankind. And that's where the Saints get to play. Well, let's see what they got. They got some signed stuff. There's all kind of stuff with LSU from way back in the day. Look at that thing, the way they had that helmet made. That was kind of different. And then Southeastern Champs. Johnny Lynch's watch and his whistle. Got his watch and his whistle in there. Yeah, all kind of stuff. And some stuff going way back. And this is high school stuff here. Ooh, there's a big glare on it. That's an old football team picture. Look at them guys. Yeah, they mean business. So do these guys right here. Look, that football helmet doesn't have anything protecting your face. That's when guys were really tough. What you think of that, yeah? You think you could do that? See, here's the history of football helmets. You went from this to the one bar thing, and then you get to this. Like I said, it's like a big cage around your face. It looks kind of like this when you go running around. This is the case that has all my sports achievements in it. Yeah, it's got all my trophies, all my accomplishments are all right here on display for all to see. So next time, if you get to come over here, you can come pay tribute to me. Leave some, put like I think you might be able to slip it through the crack here. Slip $1 in there for me, and so I'll know you came by. Put your name on it and put it through there. But here's some horse racing stuff, because Louisiana's got a lot of horse racing history, and this is pretty cool. This stuff. That's the official racing boots and everything. And one of them whippersnapper things they use, they can use that. And look, that's a little bitty one. That's like for show. But everybody's got their own colors, and they put stripes on it and all kind of stuff. Some have polka dots and everything. So you know who they are. You can see them from far away and know who it is, in case you get all confused. There's stuff all over the place, covering everything. Oh man, look, they got, whose necktie? Lenny Fant's necktie. A lot of coaches are famous for a certain piece of attire. Like Bear Bryant had his cool hat that he'd wear. And who was that guy? Tom Landry? He had a cool hat that he'd wear. Some people, they forget about that over time, but then it's like, oh yeah, he did have a cool hat. So, you know, boxing is a kid that could beat you up, man. He would beat you up. It'd be a smackdown, beat up time. You got him upset. All kind of boxing gear and boxing shoes. Look, if you had to lace that up every day to go to school, you know. I remember Calvin Clary. If you're into boxing, you might. Louisiana boxing. And look over here. There's some tennis stuff. That's a Davis Cup. You get a cool jacket. That's a, depending on what sport you're in, they have all kind of cool prizes and stuff. Like this is like a model of the state capitol, Louisiana state capitol, with little golfing people on top. So that's pretty cool. And just so you know, look, here's my hand for scale. And not only that, but on the real capitol, you can go all the way up to the top up here, and you pop out. I think it's right here, this part. You pop out of there and you can look around and stuff. But it's a long elevator ride to get up there. And this is where all the wheeling and dealing happens. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, there's some golfing stuff and cool visors. Let's see, whose visor was that? Clifford Ann Creed. That was her her shoes, her visor. That's cool. Here's for all you motorsports people that like that, know that what that red car was down there. This is Fast Freddy Spencer's racing suit, and there's his helmet. And I think that's actually him on his motorbike there. And this is in a laying down case. Bonneville. Oh, look. There's a little model of that car downstairs. The Thunderbird. Bet you didn't know they had a little toy of it. So there. Ha. Yet another exciting exclusive on Looked At. You didn't know you could get one of those toy cars like that, but now you do, thanks to Looked At. I'm well on my way to becoming a major influencer in the world of Looked At. And here's some baseball stuff. And let's see, they got a glare on it because of that hole in the ceiling, but here we go. Now you can see it pretty good. Different Louisiana people that played in different places, including the Mets and the Dodgers. Mel Didier, if y'all know that name, that's let's see, I think that's his jacket. And let's see, those are his caps, Mel Didier. But Louisiana people. And some famous ones. There's some famous ones. Y'all remember the name Ron Guidry? Well, there's a little picture of him there. The Chicago jersey. And look, it's got a zipper on it. They didn't have buttons on it. They got away from that. That was old fashioned. But that's from the 50s. Well, it says so on the label, 1953. That's Bill Lee's jersey. Played for the Chicago Cubs back in the day. And look this. Track and field stuff. Oh, look. That's a real live stopwatch. Any of y'all know what a real stopwatch looks like? It's not a little digital thing. You actually have to watch the hands go around and around in a circle. See? You learn something new all the time with Looked At. We're Looked At's a wealth of information. It might not all be good, but at least it's information. Oh, and look at Duck Commander style. Duck calls. They cover everything in the Sports Hall of Fame. There's a wild turkey call. It kind of makes that kind of noise. I don't know how to do it. I just say that. And there's Grits Gresham, if y'all know him. He was cool because he had cool sideburns. And he always had his cool hat on. You see that? Kind of got a glare, but now you can see him, I think. Yeah, Grits. And just because his name is Grits. No way, they got his real live hat in here. That's his real hat. Well, there's glares all over the place. Let's see. Wait, let me do this. Watch. I'll try not to set something off. There we go. There's his hat. They should have attached some like fake sideburns hanging down underneath it. Because he had cool sideburns. But he did all kind of stuff. And he wrote. And look, there's some of his stuff. It's official ABC bag. Already been chewed. And then his camera. And his typewriter. Because he had used a typewriter back in the day. And that's a portable one. That's a lightweight there. But look that tackle box. Now that's a tackle box full of fun there. You can catch all kind of stuff with that. And look at all those lures. But they also have information about Louisiana history, especially this area of the state. Oh, and you can see the building. That's where the stairs are and all that stuff. It's like a cave inside a mountain or something. I don't know. It's hard to describe this building, but it's kind of cool to see. You know, if you want to see something like that. Oh God, look at this jerk. What an idiot. Here's some local history stuff. Yeah, because Louisiana had the French that came through. It also had a lot of Spanish that came through. And, you know, created settlements and trails like the Camino Real. There's some old furniture. There's an old wardrobe there. This goes back. So there's lots of stuff in there because you got this stuff right here, and then across the way you got all the sports stuff up here, and then the real live Hall of Fame thing downstairs. And look, that's a big old bale of cotton in there. They're picking it up and weighing it to make sure you don't cheat them. And there's some big saw blade and a big paspatu. See what they call it over here. Oh, they just call it a 2-man. Oh no, they got it on there. Oh, there's a sword over here. Artillery officer's dress sword. Yeah, you would, back in the day, you would have your dress sword, and then on Fridays you have your casual sword, and then you'd have your work sword that you actually use to chop people up and stab people. And look that. Life in the piney woods. There's a whole gas pump. Oh, and look these. Now these paintings are all done by the same person. And y'all might know who that is. Got very famous. She did a lot of paintings. I don't know exactly how many. I guess somebody does know somewhere. But it was done by a lady named Clementine Hunter. And she painted stuff that she saw during her life as she was growing up. All aspects of life. Well, walking around in that big museum, looking at all that cool stuff, and seeing all that made me kind of hungry. Yeah. So I took a little walk down the street there, not more than a couple of blocks away, and got me some delicious lunch at Louisiana's. And Papa, that's the place where you get meat pies. They came up with that a long time ago, and they are good. There's a giant one hanging in the window too, so you get to see a giant meat pie if you go there. And so I said, well, look at me, here I go. And so I went in there and I got me a meat pie. It's like ground beef and some special seasoning and stuff. Put in a little piece of dough, kind of a half circle shape, and they fry that, and then they serve that, and you eat that, and that's good. But a lot of times when you get these, because you can get them at all kind of places, you can get meat pies. They even have frozen ones you can get and cook them yourself, and they're pretty good. But this is where it all began, as far as I know. And looking at the picture there, you can see they each take up about half the plate. On the right hand side, that's the meat pie, and on the other hand side, that's actually a crawfish pie. And you can tell because it's got a little toothpick with a little ting on top there, and that's on the other hand side. So I decided, it's like, well, it looks pretty big because of the plates, but let me put my hand in there for scale. And look that. I opened up that meat pie there. I broke it up. You can see all the delicious meat and the seasoning and all the stuff in there, and it was good. Oh, it was good. I hurt myself trying to eat that thing. It was good, yeah. And you can see how it got the nice crust and all, and it's all flaky and delicious and crispy. And then I busted into the other one, and that's the crawfish pie. And I never had one of those from this place. Made kind of the same way as a meat pie, but it's got a crawfish, and they have a sauce in there, and they got some seasoning and some little green onions and little tings like that in there. Oh, that was good, yeah. And those two things filled me up. I didn't have room for dessert. I didn't have room to breathe hardly. They were very, very delicious. So if you can ever make it to Natchitoches and you get hungry and you want to get something good to eat, you got to get yourself to Louisiana's. But make sure you get there early, because I believe they usually close around 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But you can get there super early and get some breakfast maybe. And that'll be good too. There's more to come on the next Looked At.